Hi, third graders. Here's our joke for today. What do you think of the new diner on the moon? Food was good, but there really wasn't much atmosphere. Today, we're going to learn how to identify perpendicular lines and line segments. Last week, we learned about parallel lines and line segments. What do parallel lines look like? Right, railroad tracks, just like this. Well, if lines are not parallel, they are called intersecting lines. If lines intersect, that means they cross or meet. That is why we call the place where two streets meet an intersection, like this. So I have some pictures here. These are examples of intersecting lines and line segments. Mathematicians have a special name for the intersecting lines in the second box. They are called perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines look like the sides of a rectangle. Well, last week we found all the parallel line segments in the capital letters of the alphabet. So I hope that you have your crayons ready and your worksheet 105-2 because we're now going to use that to figure out our parallel line segments. We're going to review that, and then we're also going to do some perpendicular line segments. So this is the paper that you are going to need. And we are going to use a green marker, crayon, whatever you have available. Colored pencil works too. And we're going to review the parallel line segments. So the first one we're going to do is E, like this, in green. Then we're going to do F, then H, I, M, N, W, and Z. Today, we're going to find all the perpendicular line segments in the capital letters of the alphabet. And we're going to do that by using a red. So have your red out. What is one letter that has perpendicular line segments? One letter that you see. Right, E is one. And look just like that. F, like this. H. And I want you to know that in these, there are more than just one. We're doing one right now. I, K, L, and T. Now we're going to make a graph called a Venn diagram to show which letters have only parallel line segments, which letters have only perpendicular line segments, and which letters have both parallel and perpendicular line segments. So it's right down here below. So if a letter has parallel line segments, we're going to put it over on the parallel side. And we are going to do this in green. Why in green? Because our parallel letters are in green. So we're going to go ahead and write the parallel in here. Now, if we marked it in red and green, where do you suppose we're going to put it? Right, in the middle. So M. M is just parallel. So we'll write it there. N has just parallel. W and Z. Now E, F, H, and I have both parallel and perpendicular. So we're going to write E, F, H, and I in the middle. All right, now using our red again, we're going to go ahead and trace the perpendicular oval. And the ones that just have perpendicular are K, L, and T. How many letters have both parallel and perpendicular line segments? 4. So we're going to write 4 right here. How many letters only have parallel line segments? 4. So with our green, we'll write 4. How many letters have perpendicular line segments? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll write 7 here for all. And then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll write 8 up above here that shows both. And for just perpendicular, we'll write 3. Those are just 3. Now, if we look at the very bottom, we're going to pretend that these lines are streets on a map. We're going to use our brown now, and we're going to trace the horizontal line segments using brown. So, horizontal right here. So trace that in brown. And we're going to name this Brown Street. We'll be super creative here. So go ahead and write Brown Street. Now we're going to use an orange crayon, and we're going to trace the oblique line segment in orange. And we're going to name it Orange Street. Now we're going to trace the vertical line on the left using purple. So it looks like this. And guess what we're going to name it? Oh, you're so right. Purple Street. And then the vertical line on the right, we're going to trace it in blue. And we're going to name it correct. Blue Street. So it looks just like this. Point to the intersection of purple and brown. Point to the intersection of orange and blue. Point to the intersection of Brown Street and Blue Street. Which streets are parallel? Correct. Purple Street and Blue Street. Which streets are perpendicular? Well, Purple Street and Brown Street, Blue Street and Brown Street. Very good, kids. Today, you learned how to identify perpendicular lines and line segments. Until next time, we'll see you later.